The weirdo. Today I am going to be talking about some pride stops and starts that I've had while working on my current project, which is a pair of pride booty shorts. I'm gonna unzip my bag. I spent literally all morning detangling a nightmare of a mess. Like, it was so bad. I don't know what happened. So I'll tell you kind of what I had happen that I know of. Okay. So also I'm super gassy. So if I burp this whole time, I'm sorry. It's just the way it has to be. This is the way. So for I got two when I started all this, I had two different trans pride um, colored acrylic yarns. One had a slower striping than the other. So I initially started with this ice cream yarn, and this is in the color Cake Batter. And it is self-striping. It looks like it stripes faster than I found that it actually did. So this is my starting of my shorts. As you can see, this is not quite the size of a pair of shorts. As I was working with it, I was like, it's just not striping fast enough. I wanted it to be all the colors of the trans pride flag, which are blue, pink, and white. And exactly these. So I just was like, it's not striping fast enough. The yarn, I've never actually worked with ice cream yarn. I have the color coffee, but I bought it and I was like, I never know what to do with this. So I actually started. So I'm doing a granny style booty short. I bought the pattern off of Etsy, and I just wasn't happy with that. So I've started so many projects, and I've stopped them because they're not going to work for Pride. And Pride's coming up. Raleigh Pride is the 24th, and I need to have something. I need to have something there. So I keep on stopping and starting projects. Now, the other Pride yarn that I had really long stripes. I was using Mandala Ombre. I don't have the tape with me. Otherwise, I would tell you the color. But it is basically these colors right here. And so it's a light pink, a darker pink. The darker pink didn't show up as well in this stripe, but it is a darker pink, and then a light blue and a dark blue. So I'm not exactly doing the trans pride flag as much as I am doing trans pride colors. I'm afraid I'm adding too many stitches. I'm going along with the pattern, but it just I'm just afraid that it's not gonna sit right on me. I don't know. But yeah, so this is a very soft yarn. I really like working with it. Have I ever worked with mandala before? This might be my first time working with mandala yarn. I'm very impressed with how soft it is. And it is kind of this jean, denim, style, washed out look. You can see that it's kind of feathery. That's the best word I can use to think about it. So I had to do major color control with this. So I separated out all of the colors in the cake, and I didn't ball them up because they were in neat piles, and I was like, I can just use the piles and it'll be fine. Sorry if I'm sweating. I'm kind of under the weather right now, so having some really great hot flashes. Also, I think it might have something to do with my testosterone, but that's besides the point. Um, so, I am doing this pattern. You can see the dark blue, you can see the light blue, the light pink, and then this is the darker pink. It'll be visible eventually. The holes are much larger than they were for me than they were for the person who posted the pattern. And I'm not exactly sure why, but I have a plan. But let me finish my story. So I just kept them in piles, and they were kind of spread on a blanket on the couch that I was sitting on. And I came downstairs this morning, and like all the piles had merged into one mega pile, and they were all tangled up together, including tangled up with the hexagon cardigan that I had started and stopped because it was gonna be just too hot. It was gonna be just too hot to wear. I was like, I'm gonna pass out wearing this, because just like I was, like a 16th of the way done, and it was like resting on, I kind of sit like cross-legged when I crochet a lot of times, and it was sitting on my foot, and I was crocheting one of the sides, and I was like, God, my foot is like sweating, and it was because the cardigan was so warm. I know that I could have, should have, would have used cotton, but I just like don't particularly love. Hey Mops, hey Ashley, welcome in. I know I should have used cotton because acrylic and warm weather don't always go together usually, but I love the variety. I mean, there's such a bigger variety of colors if you go acrylic. So I went acrylic, and I was like, this is too hot. So I just now, right before I started this live, finished detangling all of this yarn. And it's just in like little hand rolled balls, but it's better than being like the unholy nightmare that it was before. So there are 4 colors in this yarn, like I showed you earlier, and what these will be booty shorts. It looks like, I don't know, like a skirt or something. It doesn't end up being a skirt. I don't want to wear a skirt. But there's a dark blue, and you can see that it has that kind of washed out jean look. There is the light blue. There is the light pink, which looks almost white, but it is pink, I promise. But it's very light pink. And then the dark pink, which is the only one you can even see, but it is, see, it's darker. So I am using a pattern I got off of Etsy. I forgot to put it in the description box below. If you type in crochet booty shorts or something like that, it's probably going to be the first thing that comes up. And the one problem I have with this pattern, it's a very easy pattern to follow. It's a two row repeat. The one thing I had a problem with, it was the price. It was a $7 or $9 or something like that, like dollar pattern, and I was like, You just showed me how to do 2 rows. Like, that's a little steep. Like, I understand, like, R&D and, like, all of that. I don't, you know, I gave the pattern 5 stars, but I was like, hey, like, I think this is a little bit expensive. My opinion, I still bought it, but just, you know, kind of a message to the thing. I could have I should, you know, I just, now that I think about it, I should have messaged, the, artists themselves, but I didn't think about it. But I do think the price is a little steep for a 2-row repeat short pattern. And so I'm gonna use the light pink. But it is what it is. I bought it, so, you know, I can only say so much about how much I think it is or isn't worth the price. The great thing about this, much like a lot of patterns, or the great thing about this is that you can make it in any size. It sizes up and sizes down really, really well. And it is really easy to follow. Does that mean I haven't made a lot of mistakes doing it? You know me. You know me. So I'm going to put this yarn in my little yarn cauldron. And we're going to get to work. And hopefully I can finish one project this Pride. Because I had all these plans to do all these things with all of this, you know, amazing, you know, blah, 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 blah. And then, like, I might finish one project for Pride. Stupid. Okay, so let's see, the last one. First. So I'm using a size H hook. I am using my metal furls, as you can see. I was using my acrylic H, but because I am changing colors every, you know, for the striping effect, sewing in the ends or like weaving in the ends with the acrylic hook always makes me a little nervous, having to kind of like pull through like you know, a couple different holes. So I switched to the metal hook, and I'm really glad I did, because now I'm a lot more comfortable. I believe I also have an Odyssey H, but I have been struggling with some wrist pain issues, and I just didn't feel like the added weight of the Odyssey would be good on my wrist. But yeah, so I've started a mesh shirt, a cardigan, one pair of shorts. Now I'm on my 4th item for Pride, and I have finished nothing. And I'm just like, please let me have something for Pride. I wanted so bad to wear something special for Pride. And I mean, I can wear the shorts that I wore last year. They are really, really hot, like temperature-wise, because they're like a board short length, and they are all acrylic. So they are pretty toasty. So I kind of wanted to wear something, and I kind of wanted to hoe out a little bit. I'm gonna be honest. This pride, I really was like, let your freak flag let your freak flag fly. You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. Don't make me say it. Don't make me say it. I can't. I just can't do it. Yeah, I think that this is a pattern. Oh shit, I missed a hole. Just what? Say it said? I don't know. But yeah, I think these booty shorts will be a lot more breathable, even though they're still acrylic. Haven't quite learned my lesson on that one yet, but it's just so hard to find the cotton of my dreams. And bamboo is so expensive and like has even less color options than cotton. So I could like sugar and cream. I have trans pride colors. I could do that, but I just wasn't feeling that fantasy for myself. What is everyone working on? I've been very like just talking about myself all this time. What are you doing, Ashley? What are you doing, everybody? What you working on? What's on your hook? I mentioned a little earlier, I am under the weather, so if you see me start to visibly sweat, because I am really close, I am having like a hot flash, which I think has to do with me missing my testosterone dosage for several weeks. And I think my body's just reacclimating and rebalancing out my hormones. So I think that's what is going on. If you want to know this pattern, I will absolutely put it in the chat or my next live. If I'm not done with these, I will put it in my description if I remember. But yeah, it was really easy to find on Etsy. There weren't really many shorts that look this way. If you put just like granny stitch, crochet, booty shorts, any combination of those words, you're probably gonna find the same pattern I found. Because I wasn't even looking for a granny stitch. I was just looking for crochet shorts. I think I put the word butt in there. But I was looking for athlete shorts at the time, and I think these will do the trick. Like I said, I want to hoe out, so I love these metal streamlines. They are easily, I bought, I think, 3 when they came back out earlier this year, or maybe like late last year. I don't remember. I bought a couple because I had heard really good things. I don't love the Odysseys, to be honest. And I find that the projects I can use them on are a little bit limited for like the kind of stuff that I use, and they only come in the same size as the streamlines, even though you would think that they would be able to make a smaller hook due to the fact that it's a stronger neck. I don't know, I'm not Furls. I just made some assumptions that weren't true. I did get an email that Furls is having a sale right now. So if you are looking for furls, oh, I hate this thing. Um, if you are looking to invest in some furls, they did release, I think, is it the 258? Is the 358? Basically, like if you, I think, I think it's 258. Like I think so. Let's assume it is. And so if you buy two hooks, you get 5% off. And then if you buy five hooks, you get 10% off. And if you buy eight hooks, you get 15% off. So that's the current deal. It's definitely not the best deal they have, but it is a good deal. And if you have the money to buy eight hooks, you can buy an entire line of hooks. They did just release their Gemini hook. Why am I talking like I fucking am getting paid for furls? I'm just trying to share information in case you want furls hooks. I am not sponsored by anyone in the world. I'm fucking talking like I'm on their payroll. But anyways, sorry, that almost made me cry. I like kind of cried because I was so funny and stupid. So, whew, I got the vapors. Um, yeah, they just released the Gemini hook, and this was a really cool idea. It's also clever from a business standpoint. But if you know furls, you know that they are making their way through the zodiac. So there's the Virgo hook, and there's other signs. And they just got to Gemini, and Gemini, the sign is the twins. And so instead of making just one set of hooks and saying this is the Gemini hooks, they actually created two that represent each of the twins. And so it's like there's like a black swirl hook, and or I think it's black. It's definitely really dark, but I don't know if it's like quite black. But then they also have a like a white hook, and I thought that was pretty clever to do. So if you're looking for hooks, really sorry if you're a Gemini and you were waiting for them to drop the hooks, and you only had money for one set because they just did that. Okay, I'm not loving the cauldron for this, and because it's not a ball, it's not going to roll around. I mean, it'll flop around and whatever, but it won't roll off the table or anything like that. But yeah, I know me personally, I have, I have one of, I've been saying this, but I might have to kind of wiggle my statement a little bit. I have one of every size that I use, and I have it from the different series or whatever, and which are also super helpful if if the size wears off. But let me see, what was I saying? But I think I might buy some bigger, buy some of their larger sizes, because I'm starting to do more with larger size yarn. As you might remember, I made this little weirdo, and I did use a larger size. Did I use? I think I might have used a 9mm hook. So, I don't have 9mm furls, so maybe something like that I might get. But I'm kind of I don't need duplicates of the streamlines, um, because, you know, like, I, to me, I just don't need it. And but when they release their Scorpio line, I will hopefully be able to buy one of each of the hooks. And so that's what I'm waiting for. As you might be able to guess, I am a Scorpio. Actually, technically, I'm a Libra Scorpio cusp, but semantics. And yeah, so I'm really waiting for that line to drop, because once that line drops, my wallet is also going to do a death drop. So yeah, so by the way, so if I mentioned it before, but if you weren't on, I'm using Mandala Ombre, and this I don't know the name of it. It's the tags downstairs. I don't know. It's the one with the pinks and the blues. And it has light blue, dark blue, light pink, and dark pink. And I ordered another one because I'm just like looking at this yarn. I'm like, there's not enough yarn to cover my ass. At least the part that I want to cover. So yeah, I ordered another one. I ordered from Hirschner's, I believe. I looked at a bunch of different places and tried to price around to who I thought tried to price around, because at Joann. Hey Mombi, welcome in. I am making a wearable. It's not a skirt. It's booty shorts, trans booty shorts to cover this trans booty. But Joann's just wasn't having any good sales. And so I was like, okay, let me look around. And then I believe like Bag a Day, it was like 4 or 5 days ago, she posted a video talking about Hirschner's having a sale on Millens. That sale is still going on. So if you like Millens, if you like making shawls, anything like that, really good deal going on. You get a pack of 2 cakes for $14.99 in the self-striping and the ombre transcolor top. Ooh, I can't wait to see. So yeah, so if you like those, definitely check that out. But they also had plenty of other yarn, and they had both of the yarns, both of the trans-colored yarns that I was looking for. This Mandala Ombre and cake batter ice cream yarn. So I went ahead and bought some of those. I almost bought from I'm doing this like cool thing right now called budgeting. It's not cool at all. It sucks. Maybe you've heard of it. Maybe you haven't. I don't know. But I am I was gonna get some so Yarn Nut Store, like they are for those of you, Hobbii has a trans-colored roving yarn. No way. No fucking way. How do I open another tab? I'm on my mother-in-law's computer, and she has a Mac, and I truly don't know how to use it. I'm looking right now, though, because that sounds awesome, and I love roving yarn so much. What would you do this to me? Okay, let's see. What, do you know what the, I know that they have, like, their, like, ombre cakes and stuff like that. I can't recall any time I've ever seen, I don't know what their roving yarn is called. Where the frick, how do I, oh, there we go. 2 fingers of the scroll. A lot of their stuff is really thin, which is why I've never, like, you know, which is why I've never, let's see. What is it made out of? I'm looking it up now. Okay, cool. Because I'm like, yeah, a lot of their stuff is really thin for me because I tend to use 4 weights just for my wrist's sake. Oh god, I can't do these fucking tangles anymore. I'm gonna lose my shit. I'm making the wrong camera. The whole internet will know that I don't have my life together. Okay, you little bitch. Oh, God. Okay. Where are you, roving on? Okay. Let me just search roving. Nope. That didn't work. God, I really don't know how to use this computer. It's very disconcerting. Just messaged you on Facebook. Okay. Let's see. Oh. That's nice. The Manarola. Yeah, see, if upon, like, first glance, I would be like, that's red, but I definitely see that that's pink. Yeah, and it's not too thin, which is really nice. Thank you for messaging me that. You are enabling me, and I appreciate it. So, yes, let's see. I swear it's like a sweatbox in here. This is what I've been dealing with all morning. If you weren't here at the top of the stream, you bought some last year and you loved it. Oh, cool. If you weren't here at the top of the stream, I had to. So this is what I'm using right now is Mandala Ombre, and I really love the colors, but they are very long stripes, and for my because my shorts are short, I wanted to make sure I got all the colors in. I wanted to make sure that it read trans. So I separated the colors and doing color control um, on um, these, but I didn't, when I first separated them, I didn't ball them up. I just had them like in like color coordinated piles. And I went downstairs and they were on the couch. And I went downstairs this morning and they were like all of the piles were had merged into a mega pile of knots, and the pile also included the because I had left my hexagon cardigan progress down there because I'm like, maybe I'll finish it and maybe I'll wear it, or like just like I don't know. It's um I don't know. So I had done so much work on it, I didn't want to leave it, and I can always wear it for something else. Um, so I left the piles, and like they were so bad. So I've been doing this live for 36 minutes now. Before that, like I was working for hours trying to separate the yarn. I can't believe I had that much patience, um, especially knowing that I have this yarn coming to me right now. But I need to finish one thing for Pride at least. I've stopped and started on so many projects. This will be my fourth Pride project, and I have nothing done. Um, I started with my Pride mesh top. I almost finished the front of it, and I didn't understand the instructions for like the top leading into the neckline. I had a whole live where I was just like, and keeping it very calm and cool and collected as I often do. And so your patience for that, I will cut that shit in a flash. I was like, every time I'd be like, I'm gonna cut you if you don't pull 4 more inches. It would pull 4 more inches, and I was like, this yarn is so stubborn. um, but yeah, it was a nightmare. The prevailing theory is that one of the animals, we're house sitting for my in-laws, which is why my background is very different. Not quite my decor. No judgment, but not my decor. um, uh, and I was, I think one of the, I think my in-laws dog climbed upon the couch. He likes to bury things, and I think he tried to bury my yarn, and he actually just buried my will to live. So so yeah, but we made it out. I have balls. I have balls. um yeah, it was so bad. And then my wife was like, maybe it was the cat. And I was like, I like, the thing is, like, my cat doesn't have that much of an attention span to make that much of a mess. Um, so who knows? I'm trying not to blame my in-laws dog because I don't want to viscerally hate it. But I'm putting bad vibes out into the universe today. Um, and I've been under the weather. Like I said, I think it might have something to do with my testosterone, and just because it dipped so low, and then I've injected a bunch. Um, According to my doctor, so don't get all. None of you care. Who am I joking? Nobody cares. But I did do the amount that my doctor recommended. And so it's like now I have all this testosterone like rushing through my veins that wasn't there before. And I don't know if it replacing the estrogen is like giving me hot flashes or what. but I am just really going through it. I also feel like really weak towards the end of the day. So we'll get through it, but like it doesn't help that I haven't finished any of the projects that I need to finish because I Pride here is the 24th, and any weird buttons. My guinea pig was crawling on my phone. I constantly get enjoyment from seeing pictures of your guinea pigs, so keep going. I would not say that I am a guinea pig person myself. I don't see myself um, uh, owning, parenting, nurturing a guinea pig because I find that a lot of small. I've just heard too many horror stories about small animals. I won't. We don't need to go into that. Dear Lord, please help. I don't want to detangle anymore. Why do you think I have short hair? I can't do this. I'm like, has anyone seen the your bougie maintenance as fuck? Oh, high maintenance as fuck, yeah. Who would have thunk? I wouldn't have known that about them. But do I want literally a house full of kittens? Yeah. So cats are my animal of choice. Um, are they assholes? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But they're my assholes. um, so Mel likes to call it a bleeding heart. But truly, the thing is that I just love all cats. I just love all cats. Like I can't help but love cats. Um, Although ragdolls, for some reason, don't do it for me. But you know, still cats. I've heard they're really easygoing, but apparently I like high maintenance cats. And Yeah, so uh, like every time we go anywhere, if I see a stray cat, I'm like, let's herd it into the car. We can take it home. We can be like a forever home. She's like, no, we have one cat. We have one dog. We're gonna keep it that way. She's like, when our cat dies, we can. Because I was like, I think so. She's never had a cat before our cat, and she's like, oh, I don't think our cat will like other cats. I'm like, no cats like love each other when they meet each other. Like, but like, they can learn to get along. Most cats can, and um, at least as much as any siblings can. And so she said, when our cat dies, which is sad to think about, but it's the reality of the situation, we can get two cats at the same time, so they're introduced into a new environment at the same time. Am I happy about this decision? No. Am I going to take what I can get? Yes. But we, like, oh, you want a Maine Coon? Yeah. I've heard that they're, like, amazing, like, crazy cool cats to have. Um, yeah, I want I want a black cat. In fact, like, my whole life I've wanted a black cat. I've had tuxedo cats, and I have a, um, what's an orange cat called? Tabby. I have a tabby now. Um, but but I want like a solid black cat because like I know. Oh, what the hell did I do here? Someone added an extra stitch. Shit. Okay, so there is a chain. That's not a chain. I'm just gonna be one that lived to be 17. Wow, that's amazing. I was saying earlier, side note, I was saying earlier that I had never used mandala yarn before. It is so soft and squishy. Oh my gosh. This is a wonderful yarn. Um, I I'm in love. Like I'm in love with the texture of this. Again, like I really don't love self-striping yarn. I never know what to make with it. Because I make a lot of small projects, so it's really hard for me to incorporate that. I'm not creative enough to think of what I can do with it. So I don't use self-striping yarn a lot, or I just find that I don't know what to do with it. So I've never really used mandala, but this is freaking soft, squishy yarn, and I like that. I talked on my last live, I think, about my Etsy problem. I also posted it in the Army of Weirdos group on Facebook. Hey, Mary, welcome in. If you're not a member of the Army of Weirdos Facebook group, I don't believe I have it linked below. You can find it on Facebook. If you search Army of Weirdos, there's a couple groups with the same name. Mine is the one that has a green pillow that says fuck. And we're always, it slowed down a lot for a while. I'm trying to be more active in posting on it because I just find it's a great way to chit chat with my friends. But I was talking about the Etsy. So I looked up like some tax law stuff. I kind of couldn't read it because my brain wasn't in the right spot. But basically, once you reach a certain dollar amount of sales in your Etsy shop, they require you to move from an individual seller to a business. And to become a business, you are required to have a tax ID, and the purchase of said tax ID is like $300 something. And I was like, oh, should I, what do I, like what feels right? Because a lot of the items that I sell, I don't put a big markup on because I don't want it to be inaccessible to people, especially because like my primary seller is Packers, and I made them for the trans community, and I don't make a lot of money off of them. So it's like, do I want to pay for this amount basically out of pocket? So no, not once you reach a certain amount, as far as I understand it. But like I did put my social in the application, but I don't really know what I'm doing. which I know is very surprising because I often do. Oh, I make myself laugh so hard sometimes. Um, so, uh, so basically, like, it requires you to have an employer tax ID. Uh, so, um, I talked with Mel and said, hey, this is something that has brought me a lot of joy, providing for the trans community, my community. Um, I want to add to the store and make more things that people will enjoy, that will help with their dysphoria. Um, shit, I've got this shit. And I wonder if I can just like put my social in as the tax ID on Etsy. Now that you mentioned that, Mombi. I'll look into that. Um, but uh, but yeah, this is something that's been very fulfilling for me. It's helped kind of pull me out of uh, uh, just kind of a slump. Um, and I really like helping people with affordable options for dysphoria, for fighting dysphoria. So we decided that if we need to pay the 300, we will. But I am going to look at that option, Amy, and we'll see if that is doable. What on earth did I do in a past life to deserve this freaking... Oh. Yeah, enough about me. So, Mombi, you're making a trans pride top, which I love to hear. That's going to be super cute for anyone. I absolutely love your Marv. My wife does too, and I am like, I run the other way. I can't believe I had the patience for this. So you could market like a service where like people send you their yarn barb and you detangle it and you have fun with it and you make money. I don't know if there's a market for that, but I will send you my yarn barb. Squishy yarn. Also, I will say it again, I love the metal streamlines. When they come back in stock, I might just have to stock up on the rest of them because they are so good. Especially in the smaller sizes where, like, if you were using a resin hook, you might worry that you might break off the tip. These are just so nice. I love them. I was gonna do a video or like maybe just talk about it on a stream about different types of projects I like to use different hooks for. I know like everyone's got their favorite hooks and things like that. So I was like, I don't know if anyone will actually like, watch this, care about it, whatever. I sent you info for a small business grant for. Oh, ooh, thank you so much. You're the best. You're the best. Lost my train of thought. No idea. No idea. Okay, so I can see that there is an N. It's right there. No, I shouldn't do that. Then it'll be all wet and slobbery. I really did think about it for a second. Oh, yeah. So I was thinking about doing a video, especially for like beginners, because I know that a lot of times when we begin crocheting, we kind of just get the hooks that either are cheapest, most readily available to us, or other people say that they like. But, like I follow a lot of people who exclusively use furls. I find that there are projects where I cannot stand using furls. I have 3. I love that they are heavy. Hooks feel great. Yeah, I tend to choke up quite a bit, and I find that furl still accommodates that hand grip quite well. But like, I really, if I'm doing like a granny stitch project, I really love furls because I find if I'm doing like this motion a lot, where I'm doing like yarn overs or double, like whatever, like if I'm doing double, triple crochets a lot, if I'm doing that motion a lot, I find that this really saves my wrist from a lot of pain and suffering. And even if I have a yarn that is that tends to be piecier, like I was using a lot of Big Twist for my cardigan, and even then I found that I could use the furls. Now, if for like the ribbing at the bottom, I couldn't use my furls because it catches too much for me. So I use my clovers instead because they have more of a hybrid style head. So I thought that might be helpful, but like I'm not really like super well versed in like the terminology, and I just hooks are so personal. You know, I just yeah, I don't know. But I thought about it, but I was like, nobody cares. Nobody cares what I use. I don't care. Like even like I'm just like, oh, we'll find a hook, and then like if it doesn't work, I'll just switch it out for another hook, and I'll switch it out for another hook until I find the right hook. It's like Cinderella's slipper, or the Three Little Bears, whatever fairy tale you want to tie to that. Yeah, the metal string lines are so nice. I like them so much better than the Odysseys. I was told before I ever bought an Odyssey that they were quite heavy, so I shouldn't have been surprised when I bought them and I was like, wow, these are super heavy. Another thing I don't like about the Odysseys is that I mentioned this earlier. One, they should go down smaller sizes. I don't understand why they can't make a smaller size than a 4. Um, and also they just have a tiny little baby sticker on the bottom of the hook, and that sticker is held on by like a whisper. Like if you breathe on it wrong, that sticker is gone, and you're like, "What size hook is this again?" So that's just my 2 cents. So yeah, I wish I like had time to like modify this and make my own. Looks like a little swirly doily or something. I wish I had time to modify and like make my own shorts, but I just didn't. So buying the pattern made the most sense. But I did find this pattern to be a little overpriced. Um, but yeah, it is a 2 bro repeat. It is not in the description. If you want to know the pattern, if you want to have the pattern, I can send you the link, or I can put the link on my next live's description box. But it's pretty easy, and I don't know. I always find it weird. I'm like, okay, so like, how is this gonna make shorts? It's just one of those things where I'm like, oh, is this right? And I won't know until I've finished the entire front of it. If I have time, meaning if I finish these shorts, I might go back to the hexagon cardigan. I was having a fun time making that, and it was, I thought it was pretty cute. It just, was so hot just working on my lap that I was like, this is gonna be murder to wear. But, I'm not usually one to shy away from bad decisions. So I might still wear it, especially if I'm wearing like no shorts. Although these are acrylic as well, so they might not be as easy breezy as I expected. Are you working on anything, Mary? Oh, I got another knot. Oh, I made this little frog the other day. It's so cute. I know it's like everyone's making them, but I used chenille yarn from the Dollar Tree, and just watched a quick video on YouTube and made my own little frog. And it was very easy. And it inspired me to like start making little creatures. You're making chemo cap. Oh, good for you. That is so amazing. That's so wonderful that you're doing that. That's a really important work. So, So yeah, so I started making I wanted to start making more stuffed animals, but I just wanted to kind of I I love amigurumi, but you have to follow a pattern so strictly, and if you're not making your own pattern, and um, I just wanted to have fun and like crochet, and so I had this idea that I was gonna call like queerdos, or like weirdos queer, or like queer just friends, or queer all friends, something like that. Where I make little creatures out of scrap yarn, and just you know put them in kits for people who are post-op, recovering from um, gender affirming surgeries. So I made this little baby. I put a little mohawk on him. Got a booty. I just played around with stitches. There's baubles, there's little pieces hanging off that you can play with, that are super fun and tactile. And I just like went for it. And this is yarn that I got from a place called the Scrap Exchange here in North Carolina. It's in Durham, North Carolina, if you're ever passing through. And they have all kinds of things, just like things that people like have in their houses that, they don't want anymore, or like road construction gear or whatever. So they have yarn, and some of it's people bring it in, some of it's someone's passed in their yarn collection. Um, gets brought to the scrap exchange, and so it's not a huge it's a pretty decent selection, but there's not never any like you rarely find like a large amount of one type of yarn. Usually it's just kind of like scraps. So I went and just like got some, and it'll be like $1, $2, $3, like just like um little uh, bits and bobs of yarn, and I just put it together and started making it. I found this like someone said it looked like a weed uh, flower bud or something. I don't know anything about weed, so whatever. But like I found this yarn. This is like a multiple color green roving yarn, and it was I love roving yarn, and it was calling to me. It does have some wool in it, as does the top. So when I sell these, I'm going to make sure that I ask if people are allergic to wool, so I don't send something like this that is like totally wool to the wrong person. But yeah, I just made a pattern. I just some random stitches, put bobbles, and I just like added yarn here, again making a butt, an unintentional butt. Um, you see booty cheeks clapping. And then I stuffed it, and that's it. So I'm gonna make a bunch of different ones of these. I want to get some. I found. So I have a bunch of I guess like regular safety eyes and noses, and I found these I think the post calls them dragon eyes, but they like some of them look very like reptilian and like cat eyes and stuff like that. And I was like, that's what I want for these, but they're a little bit more expensive because like the kit with the eyes that I have was pretty inexpensive, but I just want I just want people to have something that makes them happy, and they can look at and say like, oh look, this person who loves me, um, you know got me this like surprise little gift, and I just have a little buddy who I can have with me and cuddle up to as I'm recovering from the surgery. So I'm also planning on doing hot water bottle covers and covered ice packs, so that no matter heat or cold that someone needs, they can use. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Sam Smith is so cool. I love them. No, no one has ever told me that. No, I've never gotten that. Huh. Do I? We both have really round faces. So I could see that. What do you think? Should I cut off all my hair? Scissors. Do you see it? Like a little bit? I'm gonna talk to my wife and see if she sees it. I'm gonna look up real quick. I'm gonna look up Sam Smith's pronouns, because I know they identify as non-binary, but I don't know if they exclusively use they, them, or not. And I don't want to misgender them. Okay, they, them. Okay. Can I see it? I'm like looking at it. Like it's weird because I'm looking at a picture of them right now. Wow. Yeah. I want a beard and a mustache so bad. I'm so jealous of them. They're cuties though. Thank you. I'm gonna say that you're saying that I'm a cutie. I'll take it. Even though that's not explicitly what you said, I will take it. Okay, now I can't find my little snippies. There. Oh wow, we are past the hour. Okay, well, I am so slow. But this is what I have thus far. So this bit right here, I don't exactly know how they like, because the way that they the pattern maker, when they showed the picture, it looked like a more crisp, solid side edge than what I'm making, which is quite round. So I guess you just can attach whatever you want to attach, or I don't know. And then there's a band that we will add at the top that will have a drawstring in it, so they stay on nice and secure, because you don't want to lose your pants during Pride. Actually, you might want to. If you're hoeing it out like I am, you might want to lose your pants. I initially was going to do assless shorts. That was my idea, but Mel brought up something that like she was like, "Is that going to affect the fit of the front?" And I was like, "Yeah, it might. I don't know. I'm going to do this." So that's why I looked to someone else to have a pattern, because I didn't want anything to affect the fit. Although I don't really care if they're tight, I just want them to show butt. But these have pretty large holes in them. But I was gonna wear a jock strap with them, and I think I'm gonna do that with these because it's a granny square pattern or granny stitch pattern. They have holes. You gotta wear something underneath. You can't. I would suggest it. I'm not telling you how to live your life. I'm just saying you might want to wear something underneath these so you don't get a public indecency charge. And so I am planning on wearing a white jock strap. So it will, let me see if I'll just post the pattern. So, is it Command C? I don't know how to use this computer. Sorry, I yelled. Okay, so I just posted a super long link, but yeah, but when they held them up, it looked like it was, you know, straight on the sides. So I don't know, like, at what point, like, there's kind of like a straight side here, but and obviously, like, I mean, I have like maybe like 3-4 rows to go. I don't know. But yeah, it's weird. I don't know how it's gonna turn out. We'll see. Maybe I will have another stop and start. I do have my shorts from last year. They were very, very hot, and they're not really fitting my theme of hoeing it out this year, so fingers crossed. If for whatever reason you find any hoe appropriate clothes to wear to Pride, feel free to put it in the Facebook group. I always love. You're running out of time. I know. I can't keep on stopping and starting. Oh, I don't have time for this. But yeah, I mean, I did make, so the black shorts I had last year, I did make in, you know, like when I'm like motivated, I'm actually not that slow, but I often am not motivated because I am very distractible. So, yeah, I'm running out of time. So, if you're on Facebook and you want to join the group, feel free. It's called Army of Weirdos. Like I said, there's a couple different options when you search that. So, we are the one with the green pillow that says fuck. What do you expect? Well, I'm going to let you all go, but I love you very much. And I will talk to you later, and hopefully we'll make something for Pride. Bye.